Former President Donald Trump, well, he's still here in the city and is expected back in a New York City courtroom today as he faces his civil fraud trial.
At stake, control of several properties, including Trump Tower. Fox 5's Robert Moses joins us live outside the New York State Supreme Courthouse in Lower Manhattan with the latest. Good morning, Robert.
Tashani and Dan, good morning to you. At this point in the trial, former President Donald Trump does not have to appear here at the courthouse, but he is doing so voluntarily. Why? He says he wants to be here to watch this witch hunt. Former President Donald Trump is expected back in court in Lower Manhattan as his civil trial enters its second day. As the trial began, Attorney General Letitia James sat just feet behind the former president, who sat at the defense table. On multiple occasions outside the courtroom yesterday, he railed against her. He called her racist. Judge Arthur Engoron, he labeled him rogue, and the case against him.
It's a scam. It's a sham. Everything was perfect. There was no crime. The crime is against me.
Last week, Engoron agreed with the central argument that James made. That is that the former president, his two adult sons, and the Trump organization defrauded banks and insurance companies by hundreds of millions of dollars by inflating the value of properties like Trump Tower, 40 Wall Street, and the Seven Springs estate in Westchester. At issue in this non-jury trial is what the appropriate punishment is. James is seeking $250 million in damages and a prohibition on the former president ever operating a business in New York again. He may also have to forfeit control of Trump Tower and other properties.
No matter how powerful you are, no matter how much money you think you may have, no one is above the law. And it is my responsibility and my duty and my job to enforce it.
Former President Trump, along with his sons Eric and Don Jr., his daughter Ivanka, and his fixer-turned-critic Michael Cohen are all on the witness list. The trial is expected to last into December. The former president contends that his political opponents orchestrated the cases against him to cripple his bid for the White House.
Dismissal of politics. Now, it has been very successful for them because they took me off the campaign trail. Because I've been sitting in a courthouse all day long instead of being in Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, or a lot of other places I could be at.
He certainly treated this like just another campaign appearance because he repeated many of the same claims that he makes at rallies and on the trail. His legal travails, however, have done nothing to dent his sizable lead over his Republican challengers. Dan, back to you.
Okay, Robert, thank you.